We traded our bed for the floor, and now our work setup is following suit. Why?
It's not just about minimalism. It's about unlocking surprising benefits for our health, productivity, and even our creativity. We've been hanging out on the floor ever since I discovered a guy called Tony Riddle on Rich Roll's podcast, who's all about ground living. And naturally, because I'm all about our lifestyle experiments, I decided that we should give that a try.
And I mean, it's gone pretty well since we started, except for one area, and that's work.
Yeah, work's always been a challenge, especially for me.
Yeah, so Ange always preferred slouching on a chair at a table, and I experimented with having a standing desk for quite a long time.
Yeah, so we were fortunate when we moved into our first cottage where we were trying furniture free. We had a table and chairs there, so I just carried on slouching and Sporty carried on standing at her desk. And then when we moved here, I figured, you know, I would still prefer just to work at a desk.
And that's why we had that hanging desk put in, because it's that thing that we love about using one item for two things. So it's a desk on one side of it, and then it's a storage area for our tech on the other side of it, which then at that point was a win-win.
Yeah, it sounded...
Slouching space and storage.
Yes, exactly. So, and it's also out of the way, it's on the wall. So that was great. But then I soon realized that I wasn't actually that comfortable there, and I started sitting on the floor more. But this brought up another problem because we only have one bamboo floor table, which means that we have to alternate.
So it's time to change that. Come along and see what we're going to do. So now we're going to tell you what the problem is with our old desk.
Number one, the biggest problem is that it takes up too much space because look, once you pull it out, it takes up too much space. So when we have our bamboo tables set up on the floor over there, this whole area can be movement. So now it's like it's just too much space.
This is like half the space of almost half the space of the room.
Yes. But it's not just about the space. Let me bring in Exhibit A for Sporty to demonstrate. There are some other problems with sitting at a traditional desk.
Sporty will demonstrate.
The first problem is that it encourages people to slouch, but that's not what I'm talking about first. Even in this uncomfortable plastic chair, you forget to get up. It encourages you to just sit for hours on end. And because of this, we forget to take our regular 25-minute movement breaks, which is a major problem. And then the other thing is that you don't actually move in your place. When you're sitting on the floor, you move a lot because you feel a bit of uncomfortableness and then you move. You know, on the chair, you never get uncomfortable, so you just sit on, make your butt flat. Yeah, and nobody wants a flat butt.
No.
Okay, so those are the problems. What else was there?
Miles hates it when we're not on the floor.
Yeah, he really doesn't like it. Whoever comes to sit at the table, when he decides to grace us with his presence, he wanders in and he'll sit at our feet over here and he'll just moan until we're down on his level. Which, I mean, it's understandable because he's this tall, so he doesn't always want to have to crane his neck to see us.
And also, you know, you want to get close and schmooze when you're a kitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was there anything else?
Oh, yes.
Like, not to completely diss our table because it is a really clever design by a local company, but it's still good for storage. So,
all our tech stuff is in here.
Yeah.
We've each got a shelf, and then there's stationery and stuff, and this is our big YouTube shelf.
It's also home to our internet thingy and our lovely plant.
And
and probably one of the only Tsaskas that we have.
Giraffe.
Gerald the giraffe.
Gerald 3.
Gerald number 3. So there you have it, the reasons why the desk is going to be retired.
So this is what our space looks like in the mornings when we get here. What we normally do is we set up yoga mats for our spiritual practice, meditation, breathing and that kind of thing.
As well as for exercise next, because we always meditate and then we exercise in the morning, and it's nice to have the space for that.
Yeah, and the reason why we leave the desks out is because we actually use them to put a candle on, a digital candle, and a picture of our guru, so that they are top of mind when we meditate and breathe.
Exactly, and then also the iPad is where we get our exercise routine from as well. Our DDP is on there.
Yeah, so we're all set up and ready to go.
Ta-da!
There you have it.
A yoga studio. Once we've done meditation and exercise, then the next step is to get our stuff out of the no longer a desk but only a storage unit and set up for the day for work. So let's do that. Let's talk about some benefits of why it's great to sit on the floor with a bamboo table rather than a regular desk and chair. For one thing, it promotes movement, so it's easy to get up and sit down.
You can just move your legs around to change positioning quite easily. You can sit any old way you like, your legs can be anywhere, so you definitely get like mini workouts every time you move.
Yeah, and the one thing, like we were saying, when you sit at a regular desk and chair, you forget to move because you just slouched into a position. Like this, your body is always telling you it's time to move.
Yeah, something gets creaky or whatever, and then you can move into the opposite position or something.
Exactly, and it also reminds you to get up and take breaks, because
yes,
you know, it's not promoting comfort in the same way. Like,
exactly.
What would you call that kind of comfort? Like, that's a real creature comfort, hey? Those office chairs that just...
like hold everything up.
Yeah.
They're sort of molded onto your body. Like you're wearing your chair.
This promotes like that you hold your own self up.
Yeah, don't wear your chair, hold your own self up.
I mean, some people I've seen sit like this and work.
That could be quite tough.
I'm busy working with the DDP yoga series at the moment to strengthen my knees more, to see if I can sit like this and work. But there's so many different positions that you can move into. What was that thing you said? You read the other day. You said somebody said the best position is the next position.
Yes. Yes, some furniture-free person that promoted it said the best position is the next position. On my side of things, because I'm still a bit old school when it comes to work, and I've got my big to-do book where I write everything down.
Gen Xer
for the win. So then if your desk is like a little one like mine, then your floor can become your desk area, an extension of your desk, you know. I mean, obviously you don't want to make a big mess, but you've got more area to spread out your stuff.
She can spread out her stuff, and we still have space to do our movement breaks. Our yoga mat is out of shot, but we've still got space for that.
Yeah.
So it's fun. A quick little funny note, when we ordered the second table, we made a mistake. We knew it was narrower, but we didn't realize that it was shorter. So it's a bit of a toy desk, and we're going to have to see for a few days if it'll actually work for you. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to have to exchange it for the medium size.
I think we're going to try. I mean, I sometimes use the the yoga chair to sit and I put my legs under, but recently I actually said I want to stop using that because it holds my back up. So, I mean, maybe this is a good opportunity to do just that and ditch the yoga chair.
Yeah. And the reason that Sporty got the smaller desk is because I'm also old school and I use a mouse pad and a mouse. Sporty's all slick. She uses the trackpad on her laptop. Because she's the tech fiend in the relationship.
Except for the to-do book. Then it's not so tech fiend.
The other great thing about a floor desk is that it's really easy to just take with you. Say for instance, if you're going to go and work at a friend's place or at a different environment.
I shall demonstrate. Or she shall also demonstrate. We shall both demonstrate.
You just go like that.
It's almost like a handbag.
It's like a briefcase.
It's so cute. The other thing, if you're a freelancer like me, you can also take this with to, if you're working at somebody else's office. So you can use these tables as a bit of a dining room setup. We don't normally do it this way, but it is actually quite nice to be a bit formal about sitting down and eating together. So today we decided to do it so you could see.
Yeah, and the other great thing we were saying earlier about having these kind of desk setups or tables in the house is that it avoids clutter, because anywhere that there's a surface, it becomes a clutter magnet. And for a while, we had a table, dining room kind of a table in the kitchen, and it just became a dumping ground. Whenever we got home, bags went there, shopping went there.
Keys.
Yeah,
it's all sorts of things.
Yeah, so this is great. Like the less surface space, the less clutter.
Yeah. We've shown you our work setup and why it works for us.
Now it's your turn. Let us know in the comments what your work setup is.
If you're not on the floor yet, let us know if you're willing to try it.
And if you're feeling it, please share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it.
And that's all from us. Until next time, for more simple living escapades. Bye. We traded our bed for the floor, and now our work setup is following suit. Why?
It's not just about minimalism. It's about surprising, unlocking benefits.
Okay, so I was 3 minutes, and now you're 3 seconds.
We traded our bed for the floor, and now our work setup is following suit. Why?
It's not just about minimalism. It's about unlocking secrets about blah-de-blah and creativity. So we've been hanging out on the floor ever since Ange discovered Tony Riddle on Rich Roll's podcast.
Oh, see, we're going like that, are we? Well, not our environment, for our working selves.
Yeah, our routine. Cut. Okay, stand where I told you to stand.
I'm standing here.
Stop being such a monkey. So I'm doing this because I've seen other YouTubers doing it and I think it's fun. So
it takes up almost... What are you doing?
To be in shot.
You be in shot and then... I see what you mean. Okay. And this is Sporty's shelf. Shows that she's much busier than me because her shelf...
No, this was an issue this morning, I'm just saying. But we're not talking about that now. We are talking about the benefits of our desk.
Next, Sporty style. And just by the way, if you can see a mess in the kitchen back there, please ignore it because that's just how it happens.
It's shoot day. We don't wash dishes on shoot day.
It's the one day we should be washing dishes.
No. Yes.
And now, by the magic of YouTube, it's going to turn into a workspace.